Owning a home is the American dream. I love my job because I get to help people buy, sell, and improve that American dream. Follow me this week as we explore exciting new trends in Utah's real estate.
Hi, I'm Darin Rhodes, Utah's Mortgage Pro. This is my absolute favorite time of year because the grass is growing, everything's turning green, and even though it's a little bit rainy today, it's still beautiful here along the Wasatch Front. So my assistant and I, we wanted to beautify our yard today, and so we spent a few minutes last night on YouTube looking up how to prune your trees, getting some of those tips, and we found some pretty cool tips that we thought that we would pass on to you. Now this is a Emperor Japanese maple, which is getting ready to leaf out. These are beautiful trees. We purchased it last fall, and as you can see, it sustained a little bit of winter damage, and so we've got to put the shears to the tree to beautify it and give it the very best shot we can to make sure it has a good summer this summer. Okay, so tip number one, you always want to look for growth that has died, anything that's dead. So this could include little branches, this could include little twigs, it can include just about anything. You want to clear out the growth that has died already because that's just going to feed out, or the tree can't really feed out to that. So, I
think I did great, and I think my dad is really proud of me. And I want to keep helping him around the yard, and it's my first time using the pruners.
Well, maybe next year. I can't really help you with your pruning, but I may be able to help you with your mortgage. So call me today, and let's see if we can't get you your own house so you can get your own trees and you can do your own pruning.
Okay, Darin, so take a look at this one. Beautiful property, right?
A beautiful property. Look at that setting.
So this one, we're headed right up by Eagle Point Golf Course, which is right, have you ever played Eagle Point before?
I never have.
It's a beautiful golf course, one of my favorite up in the North Salt Lake area, and it's up on the hill, and it's got some really nice greens. Absolutely beautiful course. But this house is situated right up on the hill as you're headed up to the golf course, which is just beautiful. And one of the things they knocked out of the park without question is this kitchen. Take a look at that.
I like that kitchen. The cabinets are beautiful.
Absolutely beautiful. I mean, they really, and you'll notice the island on this one, they did a really creative style and design. The sellers love this one so much. They're going to be building a new home. They said they want to do that exact same island because it's just situated perfectly for their family.
Yeah, it's like a built-in table to the island. It's very clever.
That's right.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah, and they, of course, the colors that they used, if you look at those cabinets, they did that white cabinet, and then they stain, they kind of glaze
The
this
glaze,
and then
yeah.
wipe it off, so it kind of accentuates and
Double
opens.
ovens too. Double ovens are fantastic.
Plenty of room here for your dining table, and you can see the colors that they pulled in. One of the things I really liked about this one is when you walk in the front door, it's got your kind of family room on the left, it's got an office off to the right, and then you go into the kitchen and you've got this room right off there. So it's got everything. That's what you're always looking for. It's got all the rooms that you need right in the front. We're going to go look at those other ones here in just a little bit.
Very good space utilization.
Yeah, there's that front room I was talking about. Really, kind of a quaint, unique little place. I think they did a really great job. Headed upstairs here, you'll notice that they added in a nice kind of reading area right at the top. So it's got 4 bedrooms upstairs and 2 full baths, but it's still got that huge reading area.
That's nice.
Yeah, plenty of room. Heading into the master bedroom, take a look at this. Beautiful style and design, and right out that window right there, if you look out that window, that's your view. That's literally looking right out that window, which is beautiful. You can look over the whole valley, right? So heading into the master bath here, they've of course got separate tub and shower and double vanity, the way a house of this quality should be finished out. And you can see they did a really nice job with all their tile work, which are very nice.
Yeah.
So let's talk about financing. What does it look like on this?
Yeah, so the purchase price is listed at $519,900, and if you could get that 20% down, that would put you in that loan range of under $417. So your loan would be $415,920, and that would keep you at a conventional loan.
Yeah.
So on a 30-year fixed loan with a 4.125% interest rate, your APR would be 4.154. You would have a principal and interest payment of only $2,016.
Wow. That's a heck of a deal.
It is, yeah.
They say on camera I'm a little stiff, but I insisted that I be the one to tell you about the world's finest, safest garage door, the Martin door, available at your nearest door, lumber, or hardware company. Tell them Dave Martin sent you. Now what's stiff about that?
Here at Real Estate Essentials, we love to support local business, and we love nothing more than local business that's had international success. And Martin Garage Doors is one of those. So the next time you're looking to buy garage doors, buy local, buy the best, buy Martin Garage Doors.
Northern Wasatch Board of Realtors supports Utah home values. Be sure to attend the Northern Wasatch Parade of Homes, June 27th through July 12th.
Amsco Windows was founded in Utah over 65 years ago. Our 535,000 square foot facility is one of the largest vinyl window plants in the country. We provide more windows in the state of Utah than all other manufacturers combined, and with Amsco, your design potential is limitless. At Amsco, we understand that quality, service, on-time delivery, and pleasing the customer are vital to our success. Amsco Windows, make your home a masterpiece.
It used to be that credit was used primarily to assess risk, and lower credit scores paid higher rates and with less favorable terms. These days, credit is used in a myriad of ways. Consider employment. Some employers consider low scores to mean less discipline and potential future disloyalty. That's why credit education is more important today than ever before.
So this is the type of job that Jay refers to us all the time. We're in South Jordan at the Wright residence. With summer coming up, we have a couple different problems that we're trying to solve for them. Their pool here, they have a big slab of concrete on the east side of their pool. So as we know, the sun sets in the west, which is going to provide some issues as far as shade in the late afternoon and evening hours. So we're going to put a pergola on that side with an extra overhang out of our oversized material, and that's going to provide them with some afternoon shade into the late afternoon as the sun starts to set. So we'll go kind of going underneath the pergola. They also have some pool equipment, some pumps, some water supply lines that we're going to try and hide with some lattice work around that back side of the pergola. The other issue that they have is they have a big open grassy area on their backyard. So we're going to give them some aesthetics and provide them with an arbor to create an entryway into their pool area. So like I said, the pergola is going to be made out of our oversized material, which has been a staple to Western timber frame. It's one of the things that people have caught their eye about our company. The pergola is made out of our oversized rough sawn timber, which is one of the things that Western timber frame is mostly known for and what has caught people's eye about our company.
So Darin, take a look at this one. We're going to be heading up into Bountiful, and this one has quite a presence, right?
It sure does.
Yeah.
And I love the location on this one.
Yeah, let's take a look at this view. Spectacular, right?
Right over the top. Beautiful.
Yeah, so they've done a really beautiful thing on this house. They built it right on the side of the hill. So they've got a walkout basement, as you can see, and a deck across on both levels. And then they've terraced the yard perfectly. And so they don't have that steep sloping off yard like normal houses that sit on the side of the hill. And they really built this out. I'm sure the sellers on this one had intentions on staying in this home forever.
Yeah.
Because price per square foot, their quality of build on this one is outstanding. You'll notice by their plantation shutters and crown moldings all the way around, and all the detail, the work that they added into this. They really stepped it up. And I think they're quite competitive on their price here at that $939.9 mark. Take a look at that kitchen, right?
Yeah, it's a fantastic kitchen. I love how they trimmed this home out.
Yeah, and
details everywhere.
Yeah, lots of details. That's one thing. They really spent a lot of time, money, and effort on this one. This is not your track home by any means.
No.
They really put a lot into this one. They did a nice job of the contrasting colors and stuff and tying it all together.
Those authentic wood tones give it a nice warm feel, I think.
Yeah, and then the wood flooring that they put in there and their little inlays. Beautiful work, but you can never go away from what sells this house is that view, because you're up above it all.
Yes.
And it doesn't have just views off the back of the house, it's got views off the front. In the floor plan, the way it lays out, I was really taken back by this property. Real pride and ownership, and that's what we always talk about, that, right? It's always fun to sell these houses like this where somebody went in and designed it and made it something, you know what I mean?
Yes, almost gives it life.
It really does.
Yeah.
I love properties like this. And
One thing that I was impressed with this house is all of the placement of the windows and how they utilize that view.
yeah, and this is a great example going here into the bathroom. You're gonna notice all the, of course, this beautiful trim that they did. They didn't just, you know, throw it together. They really put a lot into it. But there are again, those are views, just like you're talking about. Everywhere you go, you got a beautiful view in this home. You'll notice each one of these bedrooms are absolutely massive. And take a look, views even out of the front of the house, right?
Absolutely fantastic.
Yeah, right up on top of the hill there, and you got views. That's a little office area that they put right as you're walking in the front door. Headed down into the basement here, you'll notice they put 10-foot ceilings in here. They're almost 10 plus. They're quite large. They've got a second kitchen down there and plenty of room for a game room or whatever you want.
When was the last time you saw a basement that light?
Yeah, but it looks like the main floor, right?
Right.
Head into their movie theater. They got this all situated. Very nicely decked out.
And those chairs look awfully comfortable right now.
I know, right? Again, nice big bedrooms, right?
Mm-hmm.
Double closet in that one.
Nice touch.
And of course, this is now walking across the top of the deck here. This is the upper deck, which I think is, just sets this property, you know, apart. And of course, you're looking down on that beautiful view, and you can imagine the sunsets out there.
Fantastic. And it's covered.
Of course.
Yeah.
Great. And this is a great look at the backyard. Normally a yard like this, as you can see off in the distance, the neighbor yard slopes off. You don't have a yard, but they've terraced this off perfectly and built in places where you can do gardening and all kinds of stuff. And that's what you get out there in Bountiful from $939.9. Beautiful property.
Deher Marble and Granite has been locally owned and operated since 1960, providing all of your granite needs from high-end luxury all the way down to half-priced granite. Come on in, use our team, and let us transform your home with affordable, luxurious countertops here at Deher Marble and Half-Priced Granite.
Hard and no one likes to do it. It should be an adventure, and we here at Wasatch Moving Company make it one. We are that extra bit of help that everyone needs. Let us take the stress out of moving for you with our excellent and careful staff and our flat rate affordable pricing. Wasatch Moving Company today, the official movers of Real Estate Essentials with Jay Deher on ABC.
Jay Deher here. Do you want to sell your home faster and for more money? We do what other realtors do, but get this. Being ABC4 Utah's real estate specialist gives me the opportunity to give your home maximum exposure. List with the Jay Deher team and your home will be featured on its own TV commercial, as well as get a full motion video tour by my professional camera crew, with me personally talking about the selling features of your home linked to the multiple listing service. And with the power of Berkshire Hathaway Home Services, it's automatically added to 40,000 websites and put onto the International Relocation Database. The Jay Deher marketing system sells houses faster and for more money. And don't forget about Jay Deher's perk package. Each seller gets a moving package from Wasatch Moving Company, a free year of DirecTV, and carpet cleaning. The best part of the whole thing is it doesn't cost anything more than a regular agent. If you want to sell your house faster and for more money, then list it with me and see it on TV. So the other day I'm up in Park City meeting with my architect because we're designing this beautiful home that has these incredible views, and I end up going to lunch at the Boneyard afterwards, and they've got these incredible like garage doors that open up, and I was wondering if maybe we could add those into a residential home if that was possible. So Shaun, I'm working with my architect and we're trying to design this really cool parade of homes. And we're just in the middle of the design, and I was eating lunch here and I noticed that you guys put these garage doors inside this business. Do you have the capability of doing it in a residence?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, right now we're doing a big project in Colorado where they're $1 million condos, and they actually selected this product so that they could go inside and outside of the condo.
Yeah, so when the weather's good, they can just kind of open it up and enjoy it, but when it's cold, they still got the views, which is cool. Now, what about, are there safety issues with something like this?
There can be safety issues if you don't have the right product, but with the Martin product, we actually take away all the entrapment points of a garage door. So we have rollers that actually slide your hands down the track is hemmed so it's smooth. We lock on our bottom brackets. It would be really difficult to get hurt on a Martin.
Because if you're doing it in a restaurant, there are people sitting there and the liability, I mean, that'd be terrible. So if they're doing it here, I guess it'd be okay then. Now, what about cost though? Is this gonna cost me a ton of money?
No, you know, we actually make a product out of steel that is exactly like what you see here, and it's much more affordable, really less than any other way of opening up the outdoor space.
Oh, this is perfect then. Okay, so now I'm gonna have my architect contact you because I think this would work out perfect, because this is one of those situations where it's kind of in the mountains, and if we could open it up and be able to take advantage of that on those sunny days, it would be awesome.
It would.
Okay, Darin, for this one, I figure we go look at something different, something we've never looked at before. We're going to head down to Mount Pleasant. We're going to look at some farmland.
Beautiful. Love Mount Pleasant.
Yeah, beautiful sprawling mountains. This particular property is 3,200 square feet with 2 bedrooms, 2 full baths. It was built in 2007 and it's on 6 acres. And they have an additional 18 acres that they could, if you want more acreage, you can. We can put that together too.
So it's a newer home on large acreage. That's nice.
Yeah, and they've got a kind of a cabin style, which is really nice and very fitting for that area. They've got some, obviously done some farming as well. Headed into the inside, you're going to notice. Look at that big vault. You see how that spans across and makes that big, huge room?
Yes.
It's very unique. You don't see this normally in construction and residential. It's mostly done in commercial style buildings, but they have to usually put a steel header across that whole thing to be able to span that roof into a big open room like that.
Yeah, boy, it sure opens it up.
Yeah, they did that nice wood paneling on the wall. Headed here into the kitchen. One of the real highlights of this property, of course, is this kitchen. As you're going to say, they have a huge stove, and their cabinets are just absolutely beautiful and really tie into this property.
Yes. Love those ranges. I mean, look at that thing.
Yeah, that must be like a 12-burner stove.
Yeah.
I mean, it's serious. It's massive. I was really surprised how big it was.
It's a lot of pancakes.
Yeah, look at, you can see all the knobs on there. Oh my gosh, that thing is huge. Okay, headed into the master bedroom. You can see they've got it situated just the way it should be. You know, very woodsy, and you know, just very quaint.
Yeah, nice home feel.
Yeah. They've got decks off of both the front of the house, so you've got a little porch off the front and off the back of the house, and a deck off the back, so you get to take advantage of those views.
Yeah, nice.
The seller does some really nice wood and steel work, and you can see that they've added that in here into their railing.
Yeah.
Kind of nice, kind of ties it in, very homey. Now, what we were just looking at before was the upstairs, and this would be considered kind of this would normally be like a basement, but they've got this situated on the main level, so it's still got all the light and everything, and it's got plenty of room if you wanted to add on, if you wanted to add more bedrooms or anything like that, plenty of room.
There's the deck you were talking about. Look at that view.
Look at that. Nothing out there but just beautiful. You're gonna have some crops and some views of the mountains, which are great. Headed off the front deck here, you're gonna notice your 2-car garage is right off there, and then we're gonna scroll over here and look at their barn. And I know, Darin, you got some farm animals, don't you?
I've got a few chickens, right?
Yeah, so do I. I love chickens. Right. I love these guys are situated though. They've got this is a real barn, and it's got a barn, it's got a workshop, and they've got a mother-in-law apartment, and this is where they lived when they were building the house. And so it's got the perfect kind of getaway, and then it's got the shop next to it. And so if you're into, you know, woodworking or steel work, or you know, working on cars or anything, it's perfectly situated. They've got a farm right out there for their animals, and plenty of land.
Even the outhouse.
Yeah, they got an outhouse. One of the things I really like about this property, well, it's not so much an outhouse, we should probably talk about this.
It's a smokehouse.
It's a smokehouse, yeah, it was never an outhouse. They've got all this land right across the street, like I said, another 18 acres. And one of the nice things, what I really like about this was that they're offering seller finance. And so if you wanted to get away from it all and you don't want to have to qualify for a loan, this very well might be your property.
Yeah, that's not very common.
I just got a call from Tyler with Western Timber Frame, and I guess that job down in South Jordan just got completed. I'm excited to see how this turned out. So Tyler, this thing turned out incredible. Tell me a little bit about what you guys did.
Okay, so if you remember, Jay, we had a couple different issues we needed to solve. They had this big open backyard area, so what we did is we created an arbor as kind of a focal point in their backyard and kind of provide an entryway down into their pool area.
Yeah, it looks great. The way it centers up, it looks beautiful.
So, and another issue is they had no way to get out of the sun. So they were just baking under there. So now we put a pergola on the east side of their pool where their big open concrete patio was. And so now they can come in and get out whenever they feel like it.
Yeah, I love it. It looks great. So Jan, have you seen all the stuff that's going on out there at Daybreak?
I love it. I mean, every time we go out there, it feels like it's just more of its own community. That's great.
They're really developing out there. They plan on doing 4 phases. They're in the 3rd phase right now, but I mean, it's massive.
It is. Well, I think it's over 40,000 acres. Isn't that what they've said?
Yeah, crazy amount.
Yeah.
They've got all their own school systems and a transit system out there. It's really going well, huh?
Everything. And that lake, I mean, it just promotes healthy living. It promotes family unity. I mean, you see people out there fishing and jogging. I love it out there.
Yeah, they've created basically their own city, but with everything that you would ever want or need, all the entertainment and everything, right?
Oh, definitely. I mean, when you think of Daybreak, you think of it's city within a city.
Yeah.
You don't think of South Jordan, you think of Daybreak.
I think at one point they actually wanted to become their own city. I think that was their plan.
Well, they've accomplished it.
Kind of.
Yeah.
Indirectly they have.
Oh, I think so.
Yeah, and I noticed around what's really interesting is if you go to look at houses that are close to Daybreak but aren't in Daybreak,
Yes.
their house values have gone up significantly just based on that, that area.
Absolutely. The one thing that I've noticed is that they have, that the houses have these areas in the front where they can all gather, and it just promotes, neighborhood and community. I love that.
Yeah.
I do.
They've done a really good job.
Yeah.
I was working on a project that was called Ventara, which was going to be kind of the daybreak of Utah County before the market crashed in 07.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah, it was huge. It was going to be massive. And
I actually heard about that.
Did you really?
Yeah, I did. And whatever happened? Did that never take off?
It was like 1,300 homes in the first phase, and it all in 2007. That's the last thing you needed. It was more lots.
Oh, yeah.
And so it just kind of went away. But I was flying all over the western United States looking at different projects that were like that daybreak style to come up with the ideas and the plans on how we were going to do it. And we had it all the way. We had it all the way through the city. We had all the land under contract, and the market completely trashed. And we got there we go. What do you do?
All right. Well, and look at Daybreak. They came at the perfect time. I remember when they first started, you had all of these out-of-state people coming there and buying up, the houses and the range out there. It ranges from what, 150 up to 1 million. I mean, it's such an incredible place there.
Yeah, they're doing a good job. It struggled there for a while when the market went down, but they really have turned the corner, and it's done some great things.
Well, during the struggle is when you saw all the investors come in and purchase.
Yeah.
So
that was a good move.
It's been a good move for them, I'm sure.